As we age, life after 70 becomes a unique journey, a time filled with reflection, wisdom, and understanding. The hustle and bustle of earlier years slowly fade away, and we start to see things in a new light. It's no longer about the frantic pace or accumulating more possessions. Instead, the true treasures lie in the quiet, meaningful moments, the bonds we nurture with loved ones, and the personal growth we experience. At this stage, we begin to realize that the most fulfilling part of life isn't measured by how busy we are or how much we've acquired, but by how deeply we've connected with others and how content we are with ourselves. In this video, we're going to explore 10 things that many people waste time on after 70, things that often hold us back from experiencing the deep fulfillment we deserve. We'll uncover how shifting your focus, letting go of old habits, and embracing a more mindful, intentional way of living can bring true joy and peace during this beautiful chapter of life. By the end, you'll feel empowered to make changes that will not only enrich your life, but also allow you to fully embrace each moment with purpose and gratitude. So, let's dive in and start this transformative journey together. 1. Invest in experiences, not things. As we get older, the pursuit of material possessions starts to feel less fulfilling. We all know the cycle. We work hard, we acquire things, believing that they'll bring us happiness, security, or status. But as time goes on, it becomes clear that it's not the objects we gather that hold the most value, but the experiences and memories we create. Take Betty, for instance. Throughout her earlier years, she invested heavily in accumulating material things. She bought the best clothes, the latest gadgets, and the most luxurious furniture. Yet, despite all of this, she didn't feel truly happy. When she shifted her focus from accumulating stuff to spending more time with her family, going on trips, and enjoying the little moments, she began to see the true treasures of life. Those experiences, those shared moments of laughter, joy, and connection, became far more meaningful than anything money could buy. This is the crux of the matter. Possessions are transient. They wear out, they get replaced, and eventually they lose their charm. On the other hand, the memories you make with your loved ones, the trips you take, the laughter shared over a dinner table, and the bonds you nurture, these are the things that stick with you for a lifetime. Advice: shift your focus from acquiring material possessions to creating lasting memories. Take a trip, explore new hobbies, or simply spend more time with the people you care about. These are the moments that will stay with you and bring you fulfillment in the long run. 2. Let go of the need to control everything. As you age, you realize that control is an illusion. We spend the majority of our lives trying to control everything around us, our careers, our families, our outcomes. But what happens when we reach a certain age and we start to see that we can't control everything? The need to control becomes a burden. Take Sarah's story. She spent years trying to micromanage her children's lives, making sure they made the right decisions, took the right path. But as her children grew, she began to realize that they were capable of making their own choices. Once she let go of the need to control their every move, she found herself able to focus on her own passions and hobbies. She could finally breathe freely and live the life she had put on hold for so long. The real power comes from accepting that some things are simply out of your control. Life will unfold in its own way, and while you can influence certain aspects, you cannot control every outcome. The beauty lies in trusting others, letting go of the burden, and learning to live in harmony with what you cannot change. Advice: let go of your need for control. Accept that life has a rhythm of its own, and sometimes the most peaceful thing you can do is to trust the process. Let others make their decisions and focus on enjoying the moment. 3. The power of saying no. As we age, our time becomes more limited, and yet we often feel the pressure to say yes to everything. We say yes to social obligations, family requests, and even professional commitments. But this constant need to please everyone can drain our energy and leave us overwhelmed. James is a great example of this. For years, He was involved in multiple volunteer activities, always giving his time and energy to others. However, as he aged, he found himself becoming increasingly exhausted. It wasn't until he learned the importance of saying no that he began to reclaim his time. Saying no didn't make him selfish. It helped him prioritize his health and happiness. With the time he had left, he could now focus on reading his favorite books and spending quality time with close friends, things that truly brought him joy. Saying no is not about rejecting others. It's about setting boundaries to protect your well-being. It's about recognizing that your time is valuable and should be spent on things that align with your priorities. Advice: don't feel guilty for saying no. Be mindful of where you invest your time and energy. Saying no allows you to create space for the things that matter most. For Live Authentically, the pressure to conform to societal expectations is something we all face throughout our lives. We choose careers, hobbies, and even friendships based on what's expected of us rather than what truly brings us joy. But as you grow older, there comes a realization. You no longer need to live according to the rules set by others. Now is the time to live authentically. Richard's journey is a perfect example. He spent decades working in a job that didn't fulfill him, simply because it was what was expected. But when he reached a certain point in his life, he decided to pursue what he loved: art. It wasn't easy, but the transition brought him a sense of fulfillment he'd never experienced before. Living authentically, he found joy not in meeting external expectations, but in doing what truly sparked his passion. Living authentically allows you to tap into your true self. It gives you the courage to follow your heart, pursue your dreams, and live in a way that feels true to who you are. Advice: let go of societal pressures. Embrace your true self, pursue your passions, and live life on your own terms. The freedom and joy that come with this authenticity are unmatched. 5. Don't wait for tomorrow. We've all been there. We put off things for someday, waiting for the right moment. But here's the truth. There is no better time than now. The perfect moment will never arrive if we keep waiting. If you have a dream, a desire, or a goal, take the first step toward it today. Edna spent years telling herself that one day she would visit Italy. But every year, something came up. She told herself, maybe next year. Finally, one day, she decided enough was enough. She booked the trip, and it became one of the most memorable experiences of her life. The sights, the food, the culture, it was everything she had imagined and more. But had she kept waiting for the perfect moment, she would have missed out on that life-changing experience. Advice: don't wait for the perfect moment. If you have a dream, start pursuing it today. Life is short, and tomorrow is never guaranteed. Take action now and begin living the life you've always imagined. 6. Release the burden of overthinking. As we age, we often find ourselves dwelling on past decisions, second-guessing our actions, and worrying about what might come next. Overthinking is exhausting, and it can prevent you from enjoying the present. But as you grow older, you start to understand that overthinking doesn't change anything. It only robs you of the peace and joy you deserve. George, for example, used to lose sleep over minor decisions, wondering if he'd made the right choices. But over time, he learned to trust his own decisions and stop overanalyzing every situation. This simple shift in mindset brought him a sense of calm and freedom. Advice: stop overthinking. Trust yourself and your decisions. The present moment is all that matters, so enjoy it without the weight of constant doubt. 7. The beauty of time. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, and as we age, we begin to understand this on a deeper level. Ruth, for example, spent much of her life working and raising a family. But in her later years, she discovered a new love: gardening. These quiet moments spent in the garden, nurturing plants, and reflecting on life brought her a sense of peace she had never known before. Time doesn't have to be spent in a rush or filled with obligations. In fact, slowing down and savoring the simple things in life can be one of the most rewarding aspects of aging. Advice: cherish your time. Slow down, focus on what brings you joy, and enjoy the small moments that make life meaningful. Time is fleeting, so make it count. 8. Reconnect with people, not just screens. In today's digital world, we often communicate through screens. Texts, emails, and social media have become our primary ways of staying in touch. But there's something irreplaceable about face-to-face connections. Margaret realized this when she noticed that most of her social life had become virtual. She felt disconnected and longed for deeper, more meaningful interactions. So, she made a conscious effort to spend more time with people in person, whether that was chatting over a cup of tea or taking a walk with a friend. These in-person connections brought a depth and richness to her relationships that digital communication couldn't provide. Advice: spend more time connecting with people in person. Face-to-face conversations bring a level of connection that screens simply can't replicate. 9. Practice the power of forgiveness. Holding on to grudges and past regrets can be emotionally exhausting. Joe, for example, had been estranged from his brother for years, but he eventually reached out and reconciled with him. The relief and joy he felt after forgiving and rebuilding their relationship were immense. Forgiveness isn't just for others. It's a gift you give to yourself. By letting go of resentment, you free your heart and mind, allowing you to move forward with peace. Advice: practice forgiveness. Let go of the past and make space for healing, growth, and joy. 10. Let go of the need to be perfect. Perfection is an impossible standard, and as you age, you realize that it's the imperfections in life that make it so special. Helen, for example, used to stress about making everything perfect, especially when it came to cooking. But over time, she learned to embrace imperfection. Cooking with her grandchildren became less about perfecting recipes and more about the joy of spending time together, laughing at mistakes, and cherishing the process. Advice: embrace the imperfections in life. Whether it's in yourself, your relationships, or your experiences, it's the flaws that make life unique and beautiful. As you enter the stage of life after 70, remember that it's not about striving for more accomplishments or collecting more things. The real value lies in letting go of what no longer serves you: old regrets, the pressure to conform, and the constant need for more. This is the time to embrace who you truly are, to focus on what matters most, and to find fulfillment in the simple joys that life has to offer. The most important part of your journey is not the destination, but how you choose to live each precious moment. Living with grace, gratitude, and authenticity will bring you more peace and joy than any achievement ever could. You deserve to live a life that feels true to you, filled with the people and experiences that truly nourish your soul. And always remember, happiness is not something to wait for in the future. It's something you can choose to embrace now, in every moment. If you found these insights helpful, I encourage you to take a moment and reflect on what truly matters to you. What small changes can you make today to start living more authentically, joyfully, and peacefully? Share your thoughts, experiences, or any breakthroughs you've had in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more empowering videos that will guide you on living your best life no matter what age you are. Let's continue this journey together, embracing life's fullest potential at every stage.